Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah. Koholoyim la Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Bahashim Rakahakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Haruwell, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and H.I.M that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan Awaf. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. Well, let me, I want to touch on this article right here in Fortune. German bosses are blaming the country's economic woes on work side Gen Z, calling in sick nearly 20 times a year, right? And this article with Elon Musk as well, been flying throughout the week. What to know about Elon Musk? What did you do last week? Email. So he sent the email out to all the federal workers. Like, well, okay, so what did you do? Name 5 things that you've done this week. And it is a lot of waste when it comes to that stuff, man. These people don't know who's doing what and what. It's a lot of confusion. See, Esau used to have more of a handle on, things like this, but they're totally and quickly just breaking apart, man. It's like they're losing it, man. And this is not just America. It's not just Germany. It's not, all these European countries or the EU, NATO countries, or what they would call Europeans. All these countries are failing, man. All these countries are failing. And what Trump and them is doing as far as like firing all these federal employees and stuff like that, and then then once they've realized they done fucked up, we really needed those people, let's try and run them down and get them back. Some of these people, man, not even coming back. They just taking a little severance pay, you know what I'm saying, and already found new jobs. It's a lot of, you'd be surprised, man, at a lot of federal jobs that have been slashed that really so-called protect the country, so to speak. Because matter of fact, I seen another article where, this lady, she was interviewing, I think Elon, and asking him about that shit and how that, that particular email was somewhat of a national threat to the American people, you know what I'm saying? They, gives little weapons to other countries to kind of fuck with people, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, man, it's time for this man's kingdom to fall. And let me just start with a quick scripture because I read through this German, this article right here in Fortune. It was pretty, it's the same old shit, but it was pretty interesting because the workforce is not what it used to be. You have a new generation of people that's working that don't give a fuck about the work. There was a time when companies actually cared about the employees, and employees actually cared about the company, and therefore, they would go a little bit harder, because they felt as if they were a part of something. These companies don't give a shit about you, man. They're automating everything. AI taking all the jobs. You know what I'm saying? They only keeping people around just long enough to implement some automation, man. The next thing you know, your ass is out of there. But let me get this real quick. Ecclesiasticus 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And this is what we're witnessing. We're witnessing the fall of our enemy. And to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, if you don't see these people as your enemies, then you're going to be destroyed right along with them, because you're an enemy of the Lord. Because these people are enemies of the Lord. All these countries that go off into Psalms chapter 83, all these different nations that are confederate against you and against the Lord, and they hate the Lord, these other nations are going to, get their demise soon, and especially these Edomites. And they're starting to fall and feel the grunt of all the shit that they put people through, as far as so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in these countries. Now, there's Israelites in Germany. There's Israelites in Japan, China, all these different places that look like those people, but it's a DNA thing. Your lineage goes through your father, and you're not going to always look like your father. Sometimes you'll come out looking like your mother, and the seed line goes again through your father. And our men have had sex with the women of these other nations, and now we look like the people of these other nations. But there are Israelites that are scattered throughout these places, and wherever the Israelites are, they're being treated horribly by these heathen, man. Don't make no difference what they look like, because there's a difference in the spirit. And if you can see it in the spirit, you will see it, right? But It says, let me read it back. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, which you can't have joy of your children anyway these days, because Esau, the so-called white man, got them for 8, 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day in some cases. You drop them off at a damn daycare. Throughout, they spend more time with your children than you do throughout their baby life, their toddler life, their preteens, teens, young adults. You know what I'm saying? Like Esau got them. He's training them up in the way that they should go. But it hasn't been working out for Esau well on that end, man. He has lost all grips of the type of control that he used to have. And it's really just the falling of these people. And it's all by the power and spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. So they're losing it. But we're watching the fall of our enemies. So now when you read into stuff like this, let me just get this one because it was interesting. Because it talks about how much money the economy lost. That's the thing. Germany, it says millions of Germans are calling in sick to work at a rate nearly 4 times seen in the UK, giving a whole new meaning to the country's unfortunate sick man of Europe. They call them the sick man of Europe. Hey, man, and you have a new generation of people. If you give them the time, they're going to take it. They're going to take it. That generation of people going to work and working hard every day, that shit over with, man. You can forget about that because, like I said, again, people don't have no integrity like that no more, man. And then the way that the employers treat the employees, it's just people seeing through all that now, man. They seeing that it's just them getting rich. You'll fire a person on the dime. You don't care. So why should I come through? And I'm coming through and I'm providing a service. But see, Esau, he really wants to take it further than that because you're hired. You're a hireling. Why would you care about the company like how the owner does? If you're being paid to come in and to do a job, but they want you to actually, in a lot of cases, go above and beyond. They say all that shit. They want you to do 3, 4, 5, 6 people's jobs, but only pay you for one. And there's these little cartoons, little shorts on YouTube now. I've been seeing them for about a year or so, but I think the little cartoon character, little chick, I want to say she's Spanish, or she seems to be a so-called Northern Kingdomer in these little cartoon clips, but they always walk, they always kind of walk in on her and ask her, certain things. And she's basically like, am I going to be paid for this extra? The little shit like that. I put, it's really a funny little video series. Let me see. Salakia, I might be able to, Salakia. Okay, I found one. But these are the cartoons that I'm talking about. But it's a bunch of segments on it. And they funny as shit because it really shows you how an employer really thinks that they're supposed to get all this out of the employee, but don't want to pay them, what they're worth type of deal. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is for educational purposes only. It's a bunch of these on here. I kind of spelled their name wrong. But, I see these little hookups every now and then, and I'll watch them because they're kind of actually funny. Let me play a little bit of this one here.
Veronica, why do you feel like you're a good candidate for this job? All right, so you know how they say float like a butterfly, sting like a bee? Well, that's basically me, and that's why you want to hire me. Because you feel me? Like, I'm gonna be like a butterfly. I'm gonna be beautiful. I'm gonna be, I'm gonna make sure that I take care of people. I'm gonna make sure that, I answer their questions and everything. But then, if you get on my bad side, or you try to steal from the company, or you try to do something shady, I'm gonna stab you. You feel me? Like, I'm not going to let you come at me like that. I'm just going to stab you. You feel me? And that's where the B part comes in. You know what that's not exactly what we're looking for. I'm so sorry. Wait, no. I feel like you misunderstood what I meant. Like, I'm not going to actually stab somebody. You feel me? Like, I'm going to stab you with my words. Like, it's going to, how, like a bee te pica? Like, it picas you, right? So, it's going to be like that. Like, you're going to feel it, and then you're going to, like, be like, oh, shit, I shouldn't have messed with her. Kind of like you shouldn't mess with a bee. You feel me? That's what I meant. I feel like you're taking everything I'm saying out of context. Like, I'm the type of employee you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm personable. People like me. I understand what...
Anyway, it not particularly though, one of the ones that I wanted, but it's these things are funny, man. Because it's a bunch of them. Let me see. Okay, here's one, right? Let me see this one.
In a group as well as independently, and I know that I'll be a great asset to your team. So thank you so much for this interview opportunity and for meeting with me today. Well, that's a great answer. Thank you so much. Do you have any questions for me before we conclude this interview? Yes, I do have about 15 questions. So just let me know whenever you're ready for me to take over the questioning. 15? That seems a bit excessive. But can I ask why so many? Well, it's time for your interview. My interview? I'm not really the one applying for a job. No, I know you're not applying for a job. You're applying basically for me to be your employee, if that makes sense. I'm so sorry. I've never had this happen. I'm not sure exactly what this means. Well, it means that I also want to make sure that not only am I a good fit for your company, but that your company is a good fit for me. It makes sense. It's a little unorthodox, but what does this consist of exactly? It just consists of questions such as, why are you hiring right now? What's your turnaround percentage looking like? There's just a couple questions. I want to know and make sure that if I come and invest my time in this company, that it's going to be worth that time. Just like you want to make sure that it's going to be worth hiring me as your employee. We can get started whenever you're ready. I'm mainly concerned with what your middle management looks like, and do you have like a sort of like a chain of command, or do you have an open door?
Okay, but anyway, you see what I'm saying. But this is the way that a lot of really the cartoons are about overall. You know what I'm saying? The way that this, the new generation look at jobs and the way that they go to these jobs and the way that they perform the jobs. It's not like what it used to be. You know what I'm saying? And generally, it used to be a lot more fear when you went to a job. You pretty much, there was a lot more, because that employer, you need me. You have to pay bills. You want to live, pretty much, those bosses kind of have that, or these employers or these companies have that mindset that, I'm your damn God, basically. They want you to actually worship them. And some people do. Some people go to these places, man, and they put their whole life into it. I got an uncle that, the shit that he be doing, and then he's always complaining. I'm like, well, why are you always complaining when you placing yourself in the position of doing 20 jobs when all you got to do is just go to work, do your job, and come on home? Why are you so involved? And then they get mad with him when he calls off. When he really needs to call off because they done work the shit out of him. He's really sick. He's getting older, of course. But, he really be sick, and they be mad as shit because he's using sick time that he actually has. But then, like I said, too, but there's a lot of people, they are out here taking advantage of this system and these people are mad about it. But I wanted to point out, let me see how much money they said they lost. Because Esau, man, he does a diligent search. The scripture talks about how he does a diligent search, man. He knows down to the science. Let me read some of this shit. Check out how they know down to the science how much money the country has lost due to people calling off. They have they put all that data together and come up with that shit, bro. This is Esau, though. Okay, it says research from the, I'm not going to even try and pronounce that. It says the largest health insurance fund shows that workers have missed an average of 19.4 days of work due to illness in 2023, a record high. The country could be set for another record year of absences in 2024. It says 5.7 million insured workers registered 14.3 sick days in the first 9 months of 2024 before the notorious festive illness period. While it has largely avoided a technical recession, Germany's economy contracted by 0.3% in 2023, It fell by 0.2 decline in 2024. And again, they call it the sick man of Europe. Germany is the sick man of Europe. Employees took 15 days of sick leave in 2022 in Germany. By comparison, UK workers lost 5.7 days to illness in the same year. The German Association of Research-Based Pharmaceutical Companies says that without the above average number of sick days, Germany's economy would have expanded by 0.5% in 2023 rather than declining by 0.3%. So basically, bring your ass to work and our economy would flourish, because they factor in. I mean, you may not, if you don't go to work, of course, you know what I'm saying. Say all these people, they don't go to work. They didn't get in their car. Gas wasn't used, which goes into the economy. Possibly a damn breakdown. You hit a damn pothole. You go to I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You go to a mechanic shop. That's money on taxes that's being made. Stopping at a coffee shop, grabbing a bagel. All that goes into the economy. You know what I'm saying? Then now all of a sudden, you're at work. You may go to the, damn vending machine, and grab some out of the cafeteria, or, lunch come around. You might get in your car and you go somewhere. Again, gas is being burned. You're going somewhere. You're spending money on a lunch. You might tip a person. All that shit. See, Esau, he factors all that type of stuff in. Man. Hey, this guy's he's greedy as hell, though, man. But it says, in short, this means Germany's high rate of sickness cost its economy about 26 billion euros last year. So they pissed about that shit. These findings haven't been lost on Germany's employers, who don't sound convinced that their employees are genuinely ill. They ain't never trying to believe that you're actually really sick. Then a lot of those little cartoons too, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got little cartoons where the lady is off work and she's at home, and they'll call her while she's off and at home, and she'll be like, "Wait, I'm putting that on my time card. You're not gonna call my house and get me to try and work for you for free and send emails and do this and this on my time at home." It's a lot of little shit like. And then the cartoon supervisor is like, "Well, we're expecting you to be a team player. We're to go above and beyond." And basically, this cartoon Veronica chick is like, "Nah, I'm not doing that." You know what I'm saying? Y'all not gonna blow my time. You're gonna pay me for everything that I do. But anyway, let's see what else they got here. That's why Elon Musk was asking, like, "Hey, what y'all do all week?" You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? Put into the email 5 things that you've done this week. Okay, it says one unnamed blue chip manufacturing executive told the FT that there was a complete unwillingness among workers to understand the sacrifices needed to help the country's economy prosper. See, because people are not patriotic. People think. See, these it's funny. These corporations, they think as individuals, like, it's just about them. But they expect the employer to just, put into all the bullshit to help everything move along smoothly. People not with that shit no more, man. They just like, well, it's not benefiting me. They're just not patriotic no more. And that's a part of Esau falling. Okay, it says, he singled out work-shy, younger employees as a particular problem case. Well, you had everybody shut up in the house and shit for, all those years. Them damn diapers on their faces, working from home. These people not trying to get out. Like, hey, that shit destroyed a lot of economies. Because, again, you have to realize people was actually, dropping clothes off at dry cleaners. Dry cleaners was thriving, because you needed work, your suits, your ties, your pants, your blouses, your, all this stuff like that clean. So, that was a part of the economy. Stopping by, grabbing a coffee, your bagels, a box of donuts for the crew, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Lunches, lunch periods, lunch times. Remember how it used to be, man, I remember between the hours of 12 to 1 o'clock-ish, 2 o'clock-ish, whatever, when people normally go on breaks. Shit, man, you could barely get through it, You can barely get into a restaurant or something like that to try and get you some food before your lunch break was up. It was that busy. People was rustling and bustling. You know what I'm saying? So money was being spent. The economy was being moved and pushed like that. Went to the even if you went to the supermarket and just was brown bagging it, making your own lunches, that was food that was going. But when that pandemic came in, people stopped going out and about like that. It wasn't like that no more. Gas stations and you know what I'm saying? Like, every single aspect of businesses had something to do with that traffic of people being out and about. But when they was at home working from those computers, not having to get up, you know what I'm saying? I see a bunch of them right now. Matter of fact, where I'm at right now, I'm at the plantation, and these people are just, they're only back. Let me see, they're only in office now, I think 4 days out of the week. No, hold on. No, 3 days. They only work 3 days at all. And they only have to come out of the house 3 days a week. The rest, I think the other 2 days they're working from home, and I guess they're off 2 days. But they're at home 4 days out of the week. And they mad about that. They was pissed. They was at home 7 days a week. They got used to that shit. But now all of a sudden, the corporation is like, nah, y'all got to bring y'all asses back to work. And they hating it. They hating it. Most of them looking like, they're drunk as hell when they come in. A fucking, looking like they had a night binge of drugs. Because, we have like company phones and stuff. And sometimes you have to call some, to do whatever. And motherfuckers will still be at home with the dog barking in the background with the kids screaming, man. And these are Edomites. So it's not playing out smooth for Esau, man. And then it says German laws allow workers to take 6 weeks of sickness. Hey, shit, they get a lot more than they get here in the Americas. 6 weeks? God damn. Damn. Okay, but anyway, it says in September, managers at Tesla's factory in Germany visited the homes of about 30 employees who had called in sick. And this is how hard they'll go. Like, why are you at my house? If I'm calling in sick, I told you I was sick, I got the time. Why are you popping up at my house? But that shows you how bold these damn employers are, man, and why people don't have no respect for them. Okay, it says the car maker said workers' absence jumped from 5% on Fridays. Yeah, everybody calling in on Friday or Saturday. Shit, we're trying to change the shift. And during late shifts compared with other days of the week. That is not an indicator of bad working conditions because the working conditions are the same on all working days and across all shifts. The country's manufacturer director told The Guardian it suggests that the German social system is being exploited to some extent. Well, hey, why can't these people take off we just had a meeting last week about a new law that they have here, some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And they had to pretty much sit us down and let us know, well, that doesn't apply to you. All this bullshit, man. Like, Anyway. I've never been the type to call off like that anyway, shit. I generally, they'll just pay me out for my little shit at the end of the year. But, if I need a day off, I'm taking that shit off. If I need a week off, I don't give a fuck. But I rarely do shit like that. So when I do it, goddamn it, honor it. I don't want to hear shit. I shouldn't have no problems with saying, hey, I need a day, 2 days, whatever off when I'm never calling in on you anyway. But but that's the type of employees that they want, you know what I'm saying, type of deal, But, I figure shit, I might as well just get up, just go ahead and do what I have to do. Because, like, right now, I'm at the job, and I'm able to do a video. Shit, a matter of fact, I ain't done shit. I didn't do nothing yesterday. I didn't get anything to do yesterday. And I'm not, and as of yet, I haven't gotten anything to do. But guess what? They still got to pay me. And all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh for a job like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I don't give a fuck. I prefer to use my time. I sit in a vehicle and I watch and listen to videos of the apostles, elders, and I just listen to videos all day. That's a beautiful thing for me. Get to read, study the scriptures, do videos. No problems, man. So why am I calling in when I got it that easy? You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm doing something super stressful. It's not. I don't have nobody to even come across. It's everything I'm doing pretty much overall is, it's digital. But I mean, it is what it is, man. I love it, shit. All praises to Yahweh. I thank the Lord, man, for a job like this. Still get all my hours, even though I'm only working, shit, I get paid for 40 hours a week, but I might not work but 5 hours. 10 hours tops a week is probably what I work, but I get paid for my 40. Can't beat that, man. So I ain't tripping. Anyway, it says, an expert in health management at TK said blaming the country's economic problems on an increase in cold and flu cases is too short-sighted. Well, isn't it all this, y'all talking about bird flu this, flu that, all these different things, fucking pneumonia, and you want people to come take these shots and boosters? If people are saying that they're sick, you want them to stay away from your other employees so they don't get everybody sick, right? But they not believing you. Well, hey, it just is what it is on that end. Hey, I got the time. I can take it off. It's none of your business from there. And in some cases, you can be sued. You know what I'm saying? If you go too far to try, like them pulling up at somebody's house, that right there seems illegal. It says a cold is something unavoidable and usually only lasts a few days. Long-term diagnoses such as mental illnesses are far more significant. Yeah, you got a lot of people. Hey, I see a lot of that shit in there in the job site right now. Big ass TV screens are talking about your mental health awareness month, and all kinds of shit because people losing it. Okay, it says relatively fewer employees are affected by this law, but the number of days off is comparably high. Germany is facing a myriad of social and economic issues that have no easy fix. It's all these countries though. The economic giant's manufacturing intensive economy has proved vulnerable to global shocks and is losing its competitive edge amid increased might from Chinese industry. Yeah, China taking advantage of all that shit. They don't mind. Hey, they kids go to school, I think probably 14 to 15 hours a day. Esau, Moab, them motherfuckers will work 18 hours, 19 hours. Matter of fact, they sleep at the job. They be having little apartments in the job. Little cots and shit they sleep on. They sleep for an hour, 2 hours. They back up working, man. These have affected German exports, which account for an outsized share of the country's GDP. Its previous dependence on Russian oil, yep, that played a part too. That Russian oil, and you have, that's the reason why you got a lot of these allies of America starting to come up against America, because they like, man, look, y'all done fucked it up for everybody. But it says its previous dependence on Russian oil and gas has also caused a shock to the country's energy prices in the wake of sanctions imposed following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, putting further pressure on input costs. Everything that could go wrong went wrong or is going wrong. Karsten Brinsky, ING's global head of macro, previously summarized the fortune. He like, hey, it's a wrap, bro. And all these countries are falling like this. So none of them are doing well. There was a time when, and when you think about it, all that free labor that Esau got off Jake to build these countries, man, during slavery and all that shit like that, they got all wealthy. A couple of these companies, they're still just wealthy from way back then off that slave money. And now they've turned the whole world into slaves. Their own people. Because there was a time when, man, people was getting, man, look. Before Esau started taxing everything, especially back in the days, when, motherfuckers was actually, it was, man, so-called white man, motherfuckers was, making like $5 a day with no taxes taken out. That was back in, like Henry Ford days of, when the car companies and shit like that first came along. And Henry Ford was paying motherfuckers $5 a day. Tax-free. Right? That shit is equivalent to like $800 to $1,000 a day right now. So imagine making you bringing home damn near $20,000 a month. That's how a lot of these so-called white men got ahead, like how they did. They were saving up that little money. They had the ups on the game. Because even though so-called black people was, it was a few in there they was making that money too. They wasn't given the privileges though to go along with it like the so-called white man got. So they was able to buy, these big ass houses, buy a lot of land, save up a lot of money, go and buy land in the South and cheaper places and things of that nature. And some of them still sitting on shit like that right now. Right? But now it's like the money is not adding up to The grocery prices, the gas prices, the cost of insurance, the cost of medical shit. Shit just out of hand, bro. It's really out of control. And the people, matter of fact, let me get this one real quick. It's just a wrap, bro. And it's just that time. Matter of fact, since I'm in here, let's get this real quick. 2 Ezra 6:9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So the end of this man's world is ending. The world that he knew, all that kickback, laid back, the average so-called white person, man, they was doing it. That middle class, the middle class so-called white people, man, they was boiling out of control. But this shit is completely broken down, man. Let me get this one in Proverbs. And this younger generation, man, they ain't doing nothing but fussing, fighting, and fucking protesting about a bunch of bullshit. LGBTQ, Black Lives Matter, all this, it's just a bunch of whiny ass kids, man. They don't care nothing about nothing. Well, what am I supposed to do? And then, of course, they've killed the marriage life. They've killed the family structure. Where the woman is out here struggling her ass off. Matter of fact, I just seen a video, motherfucking Edomites complaining and shit. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube right now with these Edomites complaining. I'm working with some Edomites right now and shit, and he was, Trump this, Trump that. So goddamn happy to have Trump. Trump, they're just, throughout, the whole part of, I went through the whole process with this guy of listening to him talk about Trump. Now all of a sudden he's quiet. Because he see that shit that he went out and voted for is not no advantage for him, man. And they haven't seen shit yet. You ain't seen nothing, man. This guy Elon Musk sending out emails and they're talking about their mandates that you better answer me or we're gonna get rid of your ass. What have you done in the past 5 days? Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bears rule, the people mourn. That's what's going on out here, man. People are mourning. Matter of fact, let me see. Your little Veronica, she is like, shit, bitch, hey. What was that? It was this video.
I'm Jessie Hayes, founder of Skinforia Facial Bar and Acne Clinic.
Come on, guys.
I don't think I could have made it.
For educational purposes only, too. This lady right here, yeah, she was fussing her ass off for quite some time, just crying and shit. I want to get to this little snow bunny right here. She was crying too. Laid her ass off. But this little snow bunny right here. Let's get to the little snow bunny.
To the doctor, getting medicine, and then some of us I have no help in America right now.
Around December, they finally finished the investigation, and
all of my bills are in my name. I have no
December, they finally don't know what to do.
For nothing. At 22 years old, all of my bills are in my name. I have no help. How are y'all affording housing? In Myrtle Beach, a 1-bedroom apartment is $1,500. Bullshit. How are y'all getting insurance, going to the doctor, getting medicine? And then some of us are trying to be TikTok influencers. Who knows where that's going to get me? Me and my boyfriend are saving, but we barely see each other during the week, and it feels like we're working our asses off for nothing. Do we need to move somewhere for a better job opportunity that we don't know about? Do any of y'all really know what you want to do with your life right now? It is so scary being in America right now. If you can relate to this, if you have any advice, please comment and let me know. It's
because she wants to be an influencer. That's overall what all these people of this generation want to be. They want to be influencers. They're not trying to work no goddamn job. They only working these jobs until their influencer careers take off. It's like this lady was 57 and broke. If you've seen her, it's been her little video went viral. Old ass lady, 57 years old and shit, and she just dropped her job. Used up her damn pension to go after her acting dream, her acting career dream that she's had all her life. Done lost every goddamn thing with no man. Just here you go. You got a chick like this right here. Hey, a chick that looked like this right here back in the days, she wouldn't be fussing like this. Because guess what? some motherfucker would be taking care of this little snow bunny. See? And these women don't be thinking right, you know what I'm saying? Because easily, now I'm not sure, you know, she said she got a boyfriend, but I'm sure the boyfriend is probably the same age as her or even younger. You know? But if she was to step up maybe 10 years or so, 15 years, if she were to come across, she can come across a nice, wealthy 40-year-old or something or so. Now, people might say, oh, well, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? She would be hey, look, if she be a submissive wife to a 40-year-old average type of guy that's got it, she would be all right. She would be all right. But what do they want to do? You can clearly see, you know, she probably spent 2 hours putting on that makeup and shit that she got on. You know? Trying to be a goddamn influencer. Why don't you try being a fucking housewife? You know? You know, because there's plenty of men out here that'll you know, that'll be all head over heels in love with this bitch. But see that the balance is thrown off. That feminism has ran its course, man, too. These men are actually tired of the bullshit. Even the simps, see, y'all running out on y'all chance to even get you a damn simp. Because the simps are catching on. But anyway, man, I just I wanted to just touch on this. I found it to be interesting because it all goes together. As a matter of fact, I seen the brother had a post and I couldn't find the post. But the post had all these different countries that are going through it, just like Germany, man. All these European countries are doing bad. Matter of fact, let's yeah, it says he said, what did you do last week? Federal workers faced a Monday deadline to list 5 bullet points outlining their accomplishments. And one of those posts that the brother had posted was Trump. You know, I think he tweeted out that Elon Musk is doing a great job, and he wanted them to go harder. So ain't no telling what the fuck is about to happen, man. I'm just going to put in, why are European countries doing bad? Yep, it says, this is the AI overview. European countries are currently facing economic challenges due to a combination of factors, including low productivity growth, a shrinking working age population, high energy prices caused by the war in Ukraine, increased inflation, a lack of innovation compared to the U.S. in key sectors like technology, and complex bureaucratic processes within the EU that can hinder quick decision making, leading to slower economic growth compared to other regions like the U.S. and China. But see, when you put in EU, that just pretty much, it deals with those particular countries in that region. But we're talking about Esau, Edom just as a nation of people, a race of people. So that includes these Americans, and it includes those Canadians. They're not doing well neither. They're not doing well, man. See, matter of fact, let me see, it says, key points, low productivity. Compared to other major economies, European companies have struggled to increase their output per worker, hindering overall economic growth because no one has that national patriotism no more. Aging population, a declining birth rate, this is Esau, and increasing life expectancy mean fewer people are in the workplace, putting pressure on the social security systems and reducing economic dynamism. See? Energy crisis, you got that. Lack of technological innovation, complex regulatory environment, internal political challenges. See, they can't get along. Scripture says that a nation divided cannot stand. They cannot get along. See, like those Chinese, man, they put together a plan and them motherfuckers is on it, man. Them motherfuckers will build a skyscraper, man, in a month. Like it's nothing. They'll build a bullet train line through the whole damn country within a month. It's nothing to them. In the meanwhile, the so-called white people, they sitting around arguing about permits and licenses and lawyer fees, and because everybody got to get paid. These fuckers are too goddamn greedy. And that's overall what it is. Let me see. This one comes to mind. Salakia. And out here, Yahweh Ratazah. Yeah, you kind of start. You do this, get into these lessons. You don't know the twists and turns that the Spirit gonna take you in. So the Spirit is like the wind, man. I think that's James. Is it chapter 5? Salakia. Yep. James chapter 5, start at verse 1. I'm gonna read. Let's try reading it in the New Living Translation. It says, "Look here, ye rich people, weep and groan with anguish because of all the terrible troubles ahead of you. Your wealth is rotting away. Your fine clothes are moth-eaten rags. Your gold and silver have become worthless. The very wealth you were counting on will eat away your flesh like fire. This treasure you have accumulated will stand as evidence against you on the day of judgment. For listen, hear the cries of the field workers, whom you have cheated out of their pay." Yep, they cheat you out of your fucking pay, man. "The wages you held back cry out against you. The cries of those who harvest your fields have reached the ears of the Lord of Heaven's armies. You have spent your years on earth in luxury, satisfying your every desire. You have fattened yourselves for the day of slaughter. You have condemned and killed innocent people who do not resist you." And this is overall going up into, the Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But I'm bringing it out because they actually doing this to their own people. Think about how the world, as you know it today, not just the Americas, but mainly the Americas, was built up on the free labor of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the Israelites. And they don't want to give you no reparations about it. Because if anything, they shouldn't be taxing you at all if they're telling you that you're free. They still have you in captivity. At least if you're not going to give up no reparations, at least let me keep my full check. I'm still going to be going out into your communities and having to buy shit anyway, and still going to pay taxes on the goods, because the scripture talks about one of the curses that we will, have to go to our enemies for one of all things. So you can actually let me keep all my money, but still I'm going to pay taxes on certain things, on certain goods that I need, So this man, he'll tax your check. This shows you how greedy he is. He'll tax your check, right? And what he leaves you with, he's taxed everything else that you have to pay taxes on, everything else that you're left with as you're buying food, clothing, whatever the goods may be. So this man is greedy as fuck. And he has worn the people down. And now people are just like, you know what, man, I'm just here for my 40. That's it. Hey, man, let me just I'm here for my daily bread and I'm out. And especially as Israelites, we don't give a fuck anyway. We come to work and we do work as if we're working for the Lord, so to speak. Like we're not just coming in and just, bullshitting around. We get the work done, but we're not invested in this place is what I want to say. We're not invested, man. Our mindset is not invested into keeping you goddamn Edomites rich and shit, man. Fuck y'all. Whatever falls on y'all, it falls on you. And we're gonna laugh as it goes along too. Because you're reaping what you've sown. That's pretty much what's happening to these people. That Galatians 6 and 7. That Job 34 and 29. Yahweh is not mocked. That a man soweth, that shall he also reap. You're reaping what you've sown. And all that little smart shit, all that little we're so smart and we're getting over, all that shit is backfiring. Because the scripture talks about you dig a pit, roughly paraphrasing, your ass you're going to fall into that pit that you dug. And that's exactly what's happening to these Americans. And then not just in general. And that pride. Pride coming before destruction. A haughty spirit before a fall. You see, Trump, he's just out here blindly making decisions. This guy, he just, I feel this way. It's like, old grumpy ass man. You know what I'm saying? That's just, and he's not thinking about, and nobody can tell him nothing. That's a bad leader, man. When that's the reason why you have advisors. Even kings, you know what I'm saying, had advisors. You know what I'm saying? You have somebody you need somebody around you to say, all right, well, hold on now, you back up a little bit, you fucking up, But he's not listening. He's yanking the arm like, fuck off me. I can do what the fuck I want to do. And then as things progress, because he's making decisions that's really fucking shit up, and I mean, it is what it is though, because we do pray for the downfall and destruction of this place. So I applaud Trump. Continue doing what you're doing, brother. Come on with it, man. But I'm going to end out there. Didn't mean to keep it this long, but hey, I pray that this lesson was edifying. With that, Kwame Yasha Allah and the Bible Ball.